What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some interesting information for you guys. But before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get my videos first. Now, jumping right into it, we have a big delay for a big Nintendo Switch first-party game, and that is Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp has been delayed to an unspecified time, and we're going to get into Nintendo's reasoning right here. So Nintendo has delayed Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp from its previously planned April 8th release date to an unannounced date. In a tweet, Nintendo said, quote, "In light of recent world events, we have made the decision to delay Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, which was originally scheduled to release on Nintendo Switch on April 8th. Please stay tuned for updates on a new release date." So essentially, for those who don't know, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys do know, there is a war that's raging on in Ukraine right now. Russia is invading Ukraine, and it's pretty much something that where I think Nintendo doesn't want to get any type of bad PR or bad publicity, because in Advance Wars you do go and blow people up in like cartoon looking tanks and aircraft and stuff like that, and it would seem that it would be in very bad taste in many people's eyes. Now, there is a flip side to this. There are people who feel that Nintendo has released games around and in the time of wars in other countries and everything like that, so it seems a bit weird for them to be doing this. But I think that right now you would be seeing the marketing leading up into the launch of Advance Wars. There'd be like, people getting the game for review. There'd be stuff to where they'd be talking about it, new trailers. There'd be all those things, and it just maybe doesn't seem right here. So I understand why Nintendo took this decision, and maybe even in the meantime they can straighten up a few different things here and there. But I have no idea when this game's going to be available, because at this point nobody knows when this war is going to be kind of like fading away or going away. Things are pretty bad right now when it comes down to it. So I'm guessing that this is going to be delayed at least a minimum of 3 months, 2 to 3 months, because even after things might get resolved within the next month or so, that means you have to kind of re-engage everything, figure out when the release date is, kind of do everything you need for marketing, PR. So I'm guessing 3 months minimum, and it comes out sometime during the summer. But yeah, very unfortunate, but at the same time, it is what it is on that one, guys. And I want to get your thoughts on it. Do you feel that it was a good call for Nintendo to delay Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, or do you feel that they still should have released the game? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, guys. We've got a big rumor going down for today, the state of play that is happening here. So according to Next Gen Player Hunter on Twitter, he has put out a big rumor that Bloodborne Remastered will be getting announced at the PlayStation State of Play. And remember, that State of Play is going down today at 2 p.m. PT, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will be live streaming that for you guys to come watch it. So that is going down today. So he also stated to take this with a massive grain of salt, and he put up some pictures on Twitter. So, I mean, he's got a lot of likes, a lot of quote tweets, a lot of retweets. This is something that PlayStation fans, this is something that I would say RPG fans have wanted for quite some time now, because Bloodborne is only on the PlayStation 4. It doesn't have any updates for PS5. It's just something that people would want to see. So does Bloodborne get remastered, or does it get like PS5 capabilities? I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how this plays out. But I think that after the huge, massive success of Elden Ring, obviously releasing Bloodborne on PlayStation 5 would be a huge, big selling point, right? People are playing Elden Ring, they're loving it. For a lot of people, Elden Ring was probably their first Souls game, but then you put out Bloodborne, a game that was pretty much the other best-selling, or I would say not best-selling, but highest reviewed and pretty good selling too, like Souls game. You put that out after Elden Ring, that's going to be huge for From Software and Sony as well, man. So I would expect maybe something from this. I mean, who knows? This might be, wrong. Obviously, people have been asking for Bloodborne for quite some time now and haven't gotten anything. But if it was to happen today, man, that would be lit. But you never know, guys. It is a rumor, so yes, please take it with that grain of salt, because we just don't know what's going on. A massive grain of salt. Take it like that. So we'll see. If it ends up happening, then awesome. That's really good, and I consider getting it. But if it doesn't, that's okay. Back to Elden Ring, right? So what do you guys think about this potential Bloodborne showing at the State of Play, or even sometime this year? Would you like this to happen? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, now moving on to the next topic here, guys. This to me has to mean something, because Square Enix just updated a game that they haven't touched in years, and even if you look at it a little bit further than that, haven't touched it even longer than that, considering that there isn't a true blue successor to this game outside of what we're getting in April when it comes to Chrono Cross. So very interesting to see this. I think this might mean a little bit more. And yes, it is Chrono Trigger, guys, for PC and smartphone. Gets updates? Okay, what's all this about? So Square Enix released a brand new update for PC via Steam, iOS, and Android versions of Chrono Trigger on March 11th that adds several new features, the company announced. Here are the full list of features. Full screen display support, 21:9 aspect ratio, improved operability, auto battle speed boost by 1.5 times, save slots increased to 20, and extra selection added to the smartphone version. And they released the trailer as well, showing it off, and everyone out there is thinking, wait a minute, these are all the type of features that you would put out if it was a re-release in some ways, if you were remastering it. These are the type of things that Square Enix has done with their classic game selection, like Final Fantasy VII, releasing that on the Switch, or like, for example, Chrono Cross Remastered, like I talked about, that game coming out, the Radical Dreamers edition, you know, that game coming out on Switch and other systems too. So something tells me that this list of things right here, maybe it was a test for what they're already doing for bringing back Chrono Trigger in some type of way on the Nintendo Switch or on modern platforms. It would have to be that, because this is the first update for these games in years. Okay, it's been years since they've even touched these games, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you have speed boosts, you have new aspect ratio, you have improved operability, you have save slots increase, you have extra selections. All this stuff would be for the remaster. All this stuff would be for when you're re-releasing the game, not for something that's already been out for years now at this point. So the title that they put on Gematsu was "A Wild New Updates Appear." So yes, out of nowhere, it kind of just seemed like this kind of hit us. So this makes me believe that there is something more to this, that Chrono Trigger could be getting some type of extra support on different platforms that have not been seen yet. I think this has to say that. So what could happen with Chrono Trigger? Well, I think that maybe at a Nintendo Direct, we could see Chrono Trigger finally make its way to the platform. What would even be crazier, which I don't know if it will happen, but like a HD 2D Chrono Trigger, that's been thrown around there, right? I'm guessing that if they did that, that would be a very huge move that would definitely be at a Nintendo Direct. But something's obviously happening, because there's no way that you do all this and you spend the development time and resources to do that, because it's not like it's just free, right? And then all of a sudden you don't want to take that package in terms of what you've done and also make more money off of it from updating. That's the only reason why that you would do that. So something is definitely happening behind the scenes, and I want to know what it is. Is it a vanilla port of the game with these updated features to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation and Xbox? Is it a HD 2D remake that's coming with these extra features and maybe then some? What is happening with it? I would guess, just like I said, my guess is that it's going to be a Nintendo Switch release of Chrono Trigger, and what would even be sweeter if there was a physical release of the game as well. But we're gonna have to wait and see on this one, guys. I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but man, you just don't do this out of nowhere. Something is lurking in the background here for Square Enix, so maybe we'll find out about that this year. So what are your thoughts on this update for Chrono Trigger? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the last topic here, guys, we've got a game that I'm very excited about, and it's launching this October. Yes, this October, Gotham Knights. We got an official release date for the game. You can suit up for adventure in Gotham. So Gotham Knights will officially launch for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam on October 25th. Publisher Warner Bros. Games and developer WB Games Montreal announced. Now, there is a huge overview of this game. You guys can check that out. I am very excited about it. But essentially, this is a brand new open world third-person action RPG. It features Batman family, the Batman family, right? So you can play as Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin. There's online multiplayer in there, co-op as well, or you can play the game solo. So this is the basic new guard and trained DC superheroes who must rise up and protect Gotham City in the wake of Batman's death. An expansive criminal underworld swept through the streets. I mean, there is just all sorts of stuff going on with this game, and it looked really good even when they showed it off, but they still delayed it because there's probably like a lot of bugs and stuff like that, and probably crashing issues, and obviously frame rate getting that all the way up to where they need to get it. But man, I'm actually excited about this. I'm a huge fan of the Batman Arkham series. I love all the games. I played all the games. I beat all the Batman Arkham games. So to me, this is like the most exciting superhero game that's out there at this point. Like, people talk about, you know, all the other games that are out there, Spider-Man and everything, and I get that. Completely get all of that, and like the Suicide Squad and stuff like that. But to me, this is my most anticipated superhero game out there. So very cool. And of course, the Batman movie, obviously that's going to really help out with people being excited about this as well. So there's also some key features in this game. Plays the new guard DC, action-packed, obviously explore and fight crime in open world Gotham, unique abilities and customization, team up, 2-player co-op, online as well. So it has all the features, it has everything here, and I'm super excited to get into this game. On October 25th, 2022, I'll be picking it up probably on the PlayStation 5. So awesome there. So what are your thoughts on all the different topics that we discussed here, from Advance Wars 1+2 to the Bloodborne rumor that's out there, and what's going on with Chrono Trigger? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.